so glad that you decided to come to another session, and we have a really good subject today, and we're going to be talking about masturbation and how it affects erectile dysfunction. So I was going through different groups the other day, and I found out that there was an advertisement for some herbs, and I've done videos on placebos in the past, so we're not even going to go there. And this particular sales pitch said that regular hand practice, masturbation, makes male organs weak and insensitive by damaging the nerves and tissues. All right, one of the other things that they said, it also reduces the blood flow of genital regions and causes weak erections. It's directly linked to impotency. All right? That is BS. Science has stated multiple times in all the references I've looked at that masturbation is a natural process. It does not affect the quality or frequency of erections. Masturbation cannot cause erectile dysfunction. It's a myth. Masturbation, on the other hand, can help release tension, reduce stress, aid in sleep. All right, so I happen to be aware that if there is excessive masturbation, and what that means is 5 or 6 times a day, 3 or 4 times a day, what happens is that there's a callus that forms on the head of the penis, and that desensitizes the nerves. Stop masturbating, guess what? That callus goes away. You're in good hands. Now that was humor. Now there is a thing called a death grip, and that is where the person is grabbing their penis with such force that it can cause not only the head to be desensitized, a callus, but also the blood flow to be so high pressured that you could have a blowout. It's not a good idea. All right. What masturbation causes, which is not related to erectile dysfunction, but can be a symptom of erectile dysfunction, is that after you masturbate, you don't have a desire to go out and get into a personal relationship. You don't have a desire to go call somebody and do a booty call. You don't have a desire to engage in a conversation or go out dancing in order to seduce somebody. When a male spends all their time masturbating, they don't need to have good communication skills. All they need to do is just figure out how to dial and go to the door and pay for it. One of the things that masturbation causes is that you don't need a lot of self-esteem. It's there. It's attached to you. And you just use it. The end. Thank you for coming. The other part about it is that if masturbation is a large part of an individual's life, then they don't need to be in any relationships. They don't need to learn how to talk, to do anything caring, or have empathy. And if men are not in relationships and partnerships, then what happens is that depression, anxiety, stress, and that starts to take over. We as humans are part of a community. We need to be in community with other people. And if we are just self-pleasuring, then what happens is that we're not necessarily going out and talking to people. Now, one thing that masturbation does is it can cause higher levels of testosterone because you're releasing it on a regular and repeated basis. Here are some factors that contribute to erectile dysfunction in younger men. Stress from work, stress from a personal relationship, stress from the family, anxiety in going and having intercourse, anxiety in your job, in a personal relationship. Then there is depression, post-traumatic stress disorder can definitely set it off, bipolar disorder, and then the medications that are psychotropics. Being overweight, having insomnia, not being able to sleep, having urinary tract infections, spinal cord injuries, multiple sclerosis, spina bifida, having a high stress job, relationship stress. I've mentioned that a little bit before. And then there's always performance anxiety. Now, understand that with masturbation, none of that stuff matters. But when you go out and find a partner in order to have a relationship that has sex attached to it, well, guess what? You're going to have some skills. You're going to have to reduce your stress through meditation. I've talked about that in another video. One of the things I've mentioned before is the death grip. Now, again, the death grip can be eliminated by just relaxing more. And they have all these kind of sex toys out here that will allow you to be pleasured without using your hands, so that way you don't have the ability to harm yourself. And that's called a fleshlight. There's a whole bunch of sex toys out here that have other things. And by the way, men, you need to clean it afterwards. Clean it afterwards. Can't believe some of the stuff I've read. Anyhow, so one of the things that men get addicted to when they masturbate as often as 3 to 4 times a day is pornography. So let's talk about pornography and ED. All right, no relationship. Scientific studies have shown that there is no correlation between pornography and erectile dysfunction. Again, what happens is that if you're watching if a male is watching a lot of pornography and masturbating, then they don't have the desire, they're not willing to get the social settings, they're not going out and trying to develop a partnership, or a relationship that has sex with it. What they're doing is living in their own little cocoon, which then causes depression, anxiety, and then you have erectile dysfunction. Well, I appreciate you coming. Go ahead and comment down below. Go to my Facebook page, Mach 1 Coach, and I've got lots of information and videos about this. I look forward to your comment below. You have a great day.